Welcome everyone to this exciting interview segment. Today we have the pleasure of sitting down with Brooke Barfitt, star of the Lifetime Movie Network, My Husband, Other Face. Join us as we delve into Brooke's insights into her character and the challenges of filming this movie. Thank you for being here with us, Brooke.
Thank you very much for having me.
It's a pleasure. So, can you tell us a little bit about your character in My Husband's Other Face?
It's a fun character to play, not a fun character to live because she's in um, a difficult situation. She's in a marriage that she strives to keep going and to last. And her husband is no longer the man that she married at the beginning. Um, so at the start of the film, we see that she finds out she's pregnant, and uh, is grappling with why she isn't happy about this, something that she wanted, but there are problems in their marriage. But she still holds on to the hope that, this is a phase that they'll be able to work through. And things get to very quickly a lot worse from there.
Great. And what initially attracted you to your role in this movie?
Well, it's a very complex story. It's not like anything that you'll see on Lifetime at the moment. It's quite original in that sense. So it's got a different feel. So I was definitely interested in that. And just for me, I quite liked being able to do something a little heavier than some of the films I've been doing recently, which I also really like, fun Christmas films and that. But it was quite to do a character which is in somewhat of an not a physically abusive, but what would be a psychologically abusive relationship. Um, I mean, there's a lot to work with there, and it's quite intense. So for me, that's for me, being intense is quite fun.
Okay, great. And what do you think makes this movie so special and captivating?
I well, I find that hard to answer myself because I think that's for the audience. I'm always very nervous of what people will think. But I would say that it is fun in the sense that I don't want to give too much away, but I play. You're led to believe a certain thing that I am doing, going to very crazy stakes to get the man that I once married back, the man that I love, to get him back, and feeling like I might need a little bit of drugs to help that. But this whole film is through the lens, through my character's lens, but you'll see at the end that I am definitely not in control of anything that I'm doing. And the original title for the movie was called Controlling My Husband, which is kind of the interesting thing. I think I'm controlling him, but the whole time he's controlling me. So that is something that I think people will enjoy at the end
Yeah,
and may understand why my performance is a bit bizarre in some scenes, but it's bizarre for a reason.
I'm looking forward to watch that. So, what was it like working with the rest of the cast and crew on set?
Oh, I just had I had a great time. It was done in late January, early February in Atlanta. Um and the temperature drops. There's a little bit where it felt quite cold. And so we had some fun filming outdoors in the summer. Um, but we had, I mean, I worked with Braxton for most of it, plays my husband in the film. And we just had a really great like camaraderie. and we decided just to have fun with it because it's everything is backwards to what you're saying, so everything I'm saying is really almost being said to me in some way. So for that we could just kind of go crazy, and we really did at times. So I really enjoyed it. I left having had a lot of laughs on set for a serious film. That's quite nice.
Yeah. And what can you tease about your character journey?
Um, that well, especially if you watch film, you won't want to drink tea for a very long time. I don't drink tea personally, and now I never will. But I think you'll leave talking about tea for a very long time. The drink.
Okay.
It'll make sense when you watch it, but
Yeah.
it's all the tea is and I talk about the tea a lot, and I had to drink a lot of tea, and I don't drink tea. Um, and when you leave this film, you will be sending memes about tea in a good way, but you'll be sending memes about tea.
Great. So the last question about this movie, what was your favorite scene or moment while filming it?
Oh, that's a hard question. I know what it would be for me, but not for the crews. So my favorite bit is that I go to the vegetable patch in my garden, and I dig up these this the scarf of my neighbor, and then in one scene I actually had like she was buried there, so I saw a bit more. So we did takes with where I had a body, where I didn't. But uh, I absolutely loved getting into the dirt and digging around and having the reaction. The camera shots were really fun for that one. So they had one which was like the POV of the ground and up there, and then I'm in a full trance at this point. I'm completely under the control of my husband. So I'm in a very odd state. And that was probably my fun scene. And just unfortunately, like Mary Beth that did the wardrobe, it was the worst for her because every time she would have to reset all the mud in my nails, in my on my trousers. Um, so it was fun for me and not fun for everybody else, but just rummaging around in that dirt and giving different reactions with all the angles was really cool.
Great, amazing. So, change of subject. I would like to talk with you about some of your past projects and what can you share about your experience in the TV movie A Toast to Love?
Oh, A Toast to Love. Oh, that was great. That was filmed in Ibiza, and in partly in London too. And that is a really sweet story, and I'm really proud of that one too. Completely different character. I'm a marine archaeologist, and it's all about wine and rosé and filming in the water, and it's the most beautiful backdrops too. I'd never been to Ibiza before, so I got it was just such a lovely place to shoot. So if you like romance, sweet stories, then that is the one for you. And just we had things like the scenes with tapas and just everything that you would want. Lots of the music in that film is great as well. So yeah, so I mean. I'm very lucky because my husband's other face is so cool and quirky, and I really got like juicy juicy part that's going to really stretch my skills, and then this one which was just immersing myself in pretty stuff all the time. I mean, that was really hard.
Great. So another project you mentioned before, Philip Boyd.
Yes, I did.
You worked with him in Finding Love in Saint Lucia. What can you tell us about this experience and the storyline?
Oh, well, Philip is amazing, and I'd met him on set for a film that actually I wrote years before. and I watched him bring my words to life, and I went, he's great. One day I'm gonna work with him, but took a few years, but we did it in St. Lucia, and that is another really feel-good, sweet story. It's a lot about nature, and immersing yourself in kind of the rainforest. It was one of the most physically demanding shoots I've ever done, because it's real. None of that like the waterfalls are right in the rainforest. Like you have to properly trek and cross a couple of rivers. The kayaking is right in the heart of it, and I mean, they could only get a few people out there. It was really physically difficult. But I kind of like that because it just looks so much better than just trying to pretend. So, and then we had nice moments in this the resort, Coconut Bay Beach Resort, and that was gorgeous. So we did have somewhere we didn't have to get so dirty and hike so much, but thankfully Philip has the best attitude so that we could do this together and go on this mission. But that is for people who like also a bit of an adventure, and I think it's got a good feel for family, because there's an element of I wouldn't say magic, but faith in it, and the faith of things coming back to life, an extinct animal coming back to life, which is, how positive is that?
Yeah, yeah, of course. So, talking about some future projects, I I would love to know more about them. And the first movie is The Wedding Bell. What can you tease about this movie?
Oh, The Wedding Bell. So that is directed by Candy Kane. And I actually did a Christmas film for her as the lead in A Jar Full of Christmas, which is coming out. It's like out in the UK now and TV. So this year. And I just came back yesterday, was it yesterday, from another one of Candy Kane's films, where it's the Christmas film. So this one was actually not a Christmas film, but it's the same director who messaged me and said, "Do you want to come in? It's a small role, but
Yeah,
just to be a part of the crew again." So for that, I am just someone who, I wouldn't say I'm the villain, but I am the girl that the lead's loving, the lead who she used to be in love with, who he ran away with. So the man who broke her heart, he broke her heart for me, ran away with me. So that's my role. But yeah, so it's because I knew the director and the team. They said, "Can you just come in for this?" And so I came in and basically was the not very nice girl that stole a guy that was in a relationship, engaged as well.
okay, great. So another movie, Women Under the Influence. It's another movie coming up. Well,
Yes.
what can you tease about this movie?
That is that was also that was fun. That's very different. That's different to anything else I've done. It's a comedy, not a romantic comedy, I would say, in that it's far more heavy leading into comedy and doesn't come into the conclusion of like one love interest. So I was just one. The lead is Jonathan Stoddard, and I'd worked with him before as well, on another film, and I was asked to play a character in my natural voice. I'm pretty sure this is my British. Yes, I definitely did my British accent. So I did my natural accent for that. And I am a sort of a slightly crazy girl that Jonathan goes on a date with in the film. It doesn't work out. I don't know why. But yes, no, there was no second date in that film.
Okay, great. So, change of subject again. This is a question I ask to all the artists I have the pleasure to talk with. What have been some of the most memorable projects you have worked on throughout your career and why for you?
Ooh, um, very my instant answer is I think Christmas in the Highlands is a very special film for me. I would love to go back as an actress and redo a lot of stuff, and like learn so much. But it was the start for so much and the start for working with also director Ryan and the rest that really just was the start of lots of other projects and seemed to be the one that actually has been out there the most. Um, and it was such an experience with Dan Jeannotte in Scotland. It was a Christmas I'll never forget. And so that one, but then in terms of creatively and artistically, um, Labor Lies and Murder is one for Lifetime that I really got into the character for that, and for fun, the PA and the Manhattan Prince. If you watch it, I'm in my British accent, my natural accent, and I play a nasty princess. And I showed it to my daughter afterwards, and to see her watch me in that's a very special memory. It's a fun character to play. I could totally enjoy it. It's directed by Brittany, and that was great. So I don't know. I have given you three, but they're all for very different reasons.
Yeah, great. So, at the Rabbit shows, we are big fans of Christmas rom-coms. What is your all-time favorite? The-
Oh,
Even the old ones, the
so because I was watching I'm watching all of the ones that are out at the moment. I was like the catering Christmas one the other day. And uh the funny things, I watch all the Christmas romance ones, and then on Christmas Day I watch Addams Family every year. But that's my Christmas tradition. But I love the love story between the Gomez's. So that is actually my Christmas Day film. Um, but I think yeah, I wouldn't I think I'll go for the Kane for Christmas. Anything with the Candace in there, because she's a Hallmark queen. I mean, all of them really.
great. So, the last question, can you tease something about your next projects?
Well, I've just done a Christmas film in Colorado, which was fun with Candace, and I've never been to Colorado, so I'll be out next year, I guess. But I know that I am filming in Scotland and in Canada next year, so I'm really excited because it'll be a Christmas movie, which I think you'll really like as a Christmas fan. The script is great and very excited about that. And then I'm doing a thriller in Scotland that is about a murder in a Highland a manor in the Scottish Highlands. So it's nice because I've got two things that are going to be such different characters, such different feels, and in really cool locations because I've never been to Canada and Scotland. I get to go back, but not for a Christmas film, for a killing murderous one.
Great. We are looking forward for both of them.
Thank you.
So this is it. Make sure all of you to quote my husband's other face this Thursday night on Lifetime Movie Network. And thank you, Brooke, to join us today.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me, and I hope you enjoy the film. And remember, don't drink the tea.
Yeah. It's been a pleasure. And
Thank you.
thank you all for watching. Bye.
Bye.